we have a new animated Transformers film. So today I thought it was time for me to stop and talk about Transformers 1. Please note that everything that I will say in this video is just my very own opinion, and you're free to comment down below. What did you think of Transformers 1? Please don't forget to check out that Twitter, and that link is in the description, along with that TikTok. That link is also in the description as well. Most of my shorts go over there first, so you guys can get content early over there on the TikTok. With all that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into our review.
For thousands of years, we have been at war. But before, we were enemies. We were like brothers.
This film was not on my most anticipated list of the year. In fact, I'm not even a Transformers fan until I've seen this movie, so without further ado, let's get right into the good. And let's cut right to the chase here. As soon as I got out of the theater, I immediately wanted to go buy all of the toys. I mean, everything about this movie just made me a fan of Transformers. And I feel like I should have already been a fan of Transformers. I mean, my brother loved Transformers growing up. Me and him watched it when we were little. But, like, it wasn't something that was just... It wasn't Marvel to me. It wasn't DC to me. It wasn't Ninjago to me, you know? I just recently became a Star Wars fan in the last 5 years. So when it comes to Transformers, it was just something that, yeah, I've seen when I was little, but it wasn't just a big thing in my upbringing. I have to say, truly, this is the perfect Transformers film. It's everything that people have been wanting from the property since 2009. You remember Revenge of the Fallen? Yeah, since that movie came out, everybody's been wanting an actual good Transformers film, even though I think, you know, Bumblebee is pretty good. Rise of the Beast was okay, and I mean, I love Dark of the Moon now. I mean, last year I ranked it lower, but Dark of the Moon might have been #1 if I did not see this movie. It's set on Cybertron, and it actually focuses on the Autobots rather than horny teenagers and reasons why it's okay for someone 20 years of age to date a minor.
How old are you?
20.
She's a 17-year-old girl.
We've got a pre-existing juvenile foundational relationship. Statute 2705-3.
What? Texas statute?
At its core, it's a film about the relationship of Megatron and Optimus Prime. This relationship feels fleshed out, and it feels like they're actual friends, and when the tragedy happens, it breaks your heart to see these two become who they're meant to be. One of them becoming the leader and the other one becoming the tyrant. I think all of that worked inside of this film, and truly, I think they did a great job with the characterization of both, and when their heads eventually clash, you kind of understand both sides. I think Brian Tyree Henry and Chris Hemsworth do an incredible job playing Megatron and Optimus Prime respectively. They're not trying to be the Bay versions. They're not trying to be the cartoon versions. They're trying to be their own version, and I think it works. Chris Hemsworth, he's an Australian actor, and he does a pretty bang-up job with his voice. It's not anything spectacular. It's definitely not Peter Cullen, but I do think that Chris Hemsworth has a great voice for this character, and in all honesty, I think it fit. Another positive here is the story, which not only moves at breakneck speed. I mean, this movie is only an hour and 50 minutes, and it moves so quickly, but you don't even feel it. You don't even feel like you're moving at breakneck pace. And I think that's thanks to the animation. Because in animation, you can do a lot of different things that you can't do inside of live action. Transformers are alien robots. It should be fun. It should feel like a sci-fi epic. And I think that's the best thing about this film, is how sci-fi it is. But it's handled with a certain care that makes you see this film as more than meets the eye. Again, like I've said before many times, I'm not the biggest Transformers fan. And I love the fact that they give context about why they transform, how they transform, and the origin of Cybertron. It's something that I've been wanting to see that I didn't really get from the Bay films. You get a little bit of that in the first one, but I mean, beyond that, I just don't know what Cybertron is. Why is it the way that it is? What is Energon? What is all of these things? How are they alive? Why are they on Earth? Like, how are they able to transform? You really could just chalk that up to they're robot aliens. We live in a day and age where franchises are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger globally, it's nice to have a film like Transformers 1 come out. The film is also able to bring big emotions out of you, feelings of triumph, feelings of sadness, and it wears its heart on its sleeve. Overall, man, I had a blast with this movie. I loved it from beginning to end. If this is the trajectory that this property is going towards in animation, it could be the next Into the Spider-Verse. It could be the next Into the Spider-Verse thing that just comes out and wows everyone, wins an Academy Award. It's not going to do that great at the box office. I mean, I'm looking at the box office numbers. It's not doing that great. Transformers 1 isn't. But it's not going to do that great at the box office. But we're going to give it Best Animated Feature. And like I said before, if this is the trajectory that they're going with Transformers, sign me up. I'm there day one for whatever project you guys want to do. You guys want to go off and do G.I. Joe and Transformers in live action, that's fine by me. We can have the schlocky Transformers in live action. But in animation, they're doing something special. And this movie is really special, man. I really want to just go out and buy so many Transformers toys, bro. I'm so excited for the future of this property and this franchise. I loved this movie. Talking about the mix here, it's not nothing good or bad. It's just something I wanted to talk about. My 3D experience. I'm not a 3D fan. I don't like the first Avatar, but I loved Avatar: The Way of Water. But I saw that movie in 3D because I felt like you should see it in 3D, right? But I didn't have the best time watching it in 3D. And that's the same with Transformers 1. I watched it in 3D, and for the most part, I got everything. Everything was great. Like the movie was still great to me, just like how Avatar: The Way of Water was. But it was just the beginning. It just took me so long to kind of adjust to it. But I would say if you're seeing this film, 3D doesn't do anything for you. I mean, it's cool to see the holograms pop out of the screen, but 3D doesn't do anything for you. I just went because that was the earliest showing that I could get at that time. So yeah, I mean, again, there's nothing, it was not really important to talk about. I just wanted to talk about it. And when it comes to the bad, I don't have any. I literally have no negatives about this movie. All I can say is that I don't know whether or not this movie wanted to be PG-13 or PG. They were cursing a lot here, so you might want to be on the lookout for a couple dams and ass put inside the mix. In conclusion, Transformers 1 is the best Transformers of the series, in my opinion. It's perfect. I love the Bay films. I love Dark of the Moon. I enjoy Bumblebee, and I really like Rise of the Beasts. You guys can check out their ranking from a year ago. The link is in the description. But this is just the perfect Transformers movie to me. It's on Cybertron. It's a beautifully animated sci-fi epic that's not afraid to be sappy, that's not afraid to be sci-fi, that's not afraid to be just Transformers. That's not afraid to be as goofy as it can get with this property. They're robot aliens that can disguise themselves as cars. That should be cool. That should be fun. That should be cheesy. That should be corny, but it should also have some heart. And it should also have some sincerity in it. And this movie has sincerity, man. Everything about this movie works for me. I expected nothing less from the director of Toy Story 4. He directed this film. Toy Story 4 is my favorite Pixar film of all time. It's inspiring, it's epic, it's heartbreaking. It's all of the above for me, man. I am now a Transformers fan. I cannot wait for a sequel to this film. A+, 9.8 out of 10, and I would say definitely go see it. Please go see this movie because it's just that good. I loved it, man. Alright guys, that is it for the review. Please know that everything that I did say in this video was just my very own opinion. And you're free to comment down below your very own opinion on Transformers 1. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter. That link is in the description along with that TikTok. That link is also in the description as well. Please don't forget to check out my other Transformers reviews and rankings. The links might be in the description. With all that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Peace.